Blog Talk Radio.
You're listening to Girls vs. Ghosts Radio. Welcome to the Dr. Gina Show. Dr. Gina is a health and wellness advocate with a doctorate in occupational therapy. She graduated from NYU with a degree in psychology, finished her master's degree at Thomas Jefferson University, and earned her doctorate at Temple University, as well as she holds many certifications in nutrition, personal training, child yoga. Gina now works in early intervention, specializing in children with autism. Gina is an animal lover. She supports many rescue organizations and enjoys advocating for animal rights. Join Dr. Gina as she takes you on a journey to live your best life now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dr. Gina Show. I'm really excited about today's show because it is the first Monday in March, and I like to call March Manifest March. So I'm going to be talking about manifestation today on tonight's show, and it's a special one again because March is the month for manifestation. And a lot of my clients are on board with this, and we're already working towards what it is that they want to manifest, as well as, like I always tell you guys, I'm on this journey with you. So I, too, regular old Gina, not Dr. Gina, not Channel Gina, no help with the council, is working on her manifestations. So I will be taking callers today, so call in early because I'll be taking the maximum of 5 callers, which will give you each at least 3 or 4 minutes to answer a question. The call-in number is 646-668-8490. So, again, it's 646-668-8490. Call in and get in line to talk to me. Just want to go over some of my social media. If you follow me on Instagram for updates, and again, this month of March, we'll be talking about manifestation. So on my Instagram, I will be posting tips about manifestation. So it's psychic_medium_Dr. Gina. I'm also on Twitter at GinaFitPlus11, and Facebook is Gina Marie. I want to thank Charlotte, my producer, who's here, like usual, helping me out, producing my show. You can follow us on Girls vs. Ghosts Media, and you can also follow all the shows that Charlotte produces, and they're all on Girls vs. Ghosts Media as well. I also want to put a shout-out to Shay's Paranormal. I was actually on there Friday night and had a great chat with her, and I'm going to be on again in 2 weeks, so I wanted to send some appreciation for having me on her show. And I also want to thank all the listeners out there. And if you're listening now, thank you. And I know one of my support team, Joy and Dave, are listening. They help me with everything, and I want to shout out to them. Thank you for listening. Heather is the amazing social media person, and everybody always comments on my thumbnails, my banners, and I want to send out appreciation to her and all my Girls vs. Ghosts media family out there. So if you haven't listened to me before, on this show, I help guide you on a journey to help awaken your soul and live your best soul life. So I tell everyone, and we come here in our physical bodies with what I like to call soul amnesia. And one of the challenges we face is remembering who we are and then facing ourselves, learning our lessons, getting our quizzes, and passing our tests. So, as well as that, learning our lessons, picking our challenges, passing our tests, and going through some of the obstacles that we come here to face. People like to say, and I'm not really big, everyone knows I'm not really big on this word, but a lot of people say we come here to burn off karma. I don't know why that doesn't resonate with me, that word. So I like to say we come here to advance our soul. This is advanced school for us. It's kind of like graduate school. Because when we are in, and I believe in heaven, so for me, I will say heaven, people can say, whatever you want when you're in a higher place or wherever that is when we're in spirit and we're not in a physical body. So we are still learning when we're on the other side. We're going to school, we're taking classes, we are advancing our soul. But coming here on earth to live in this human body and have this human experience is like I said, it's like graduate school. It is getting your doctorate. It's saying, I'm going to come down here and put to use everything that I've learned in my past lives. I'm going to come with the challenges and the soul contracts that I've made with my records, with the council and my guides and everything I've decided. And I'm going to come here and live in this 3D experience, and I'm going to be able to face the challenges. And like I like to say, I used to say hashtag pass your fucking test, but I'm trying to keep it a little more PG, not just for me, but I just going to be hashtag pass your test now. Trying to work on my language, guys, so I'm going to give it a shot here. See how it goes, because when I'm channeling, the council who I channel tends to curse often, so I can't always help that if I'm in a channel. So just know that sometimes when I'm actually channeling, that is not always me. So I might not always be able to I'm not always able to monitor if I'm in a channel. But I ask the council and I ask the spirits that I channel to do the best I can without the cursing. So, again, we're going to see how it goes. So as we come here in this body that we've chosen, we're not supposed to just live here to suffer, because when we sign those contracts, when we decide to come here and be able to live this earth experience, we don't come here saying, oh, I'm going to suffer, I'm going to be, struggling financially, I'm not going to have a relationship, and I'm going to go through all that struggle. No, we clearly believe that we're going to pass our quizzes and our tests. We wouldn't have picked them if we thought we were coming here to fail. It's like when you sign up for a course in college, you might be a little nervous. It's a hard course or something, but you completely believe that you're going to be able to pass it, and that's why you sign up. So that's why we come here. We believe that we will pass. So when we're here, another thing, we are manifestors. We are supposed to create and manifest what it is we want in our life while we're here. And that goes along with a lot of the reasons we come here. Again, we have this soul amnesia on this journey. That's why we have our guides in place, our angels, our spirit guides, some of our ancestors, our past loved ones. They're there on the other side helping us all the time because they know why we're here. They don't want to see us sad. They don't want to see us hurt and crying over relationships. They don't want to see us struggling with money or anything that, sickness. They don't want to see us go through that, anything that was a free will thing that we have manifested, because not only do we manifest great things, but we are also manifest struggles. Like, we create that. Earth is a place of free will. So like I tell my clients, and I spoke of last week on my show, The Akashic Records, we have when we have this Akashic Records and we do have our outline how we come here, I like to look at it as Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2, Roman numeral 3, but then all in between there's free will. So yes, one of the struggles we want to come here for is to experience self-love, because maybe in our past lives we had failed and we didn't love ourselves enough, and that could have hurt us in many ways. So we come here and say Roman numeral 2 is to experience self-love, to have self-love. But all those, there's fill-ins, that free will is in that Roman numeral 2. It's not scripted out for you exactly how self-love is going to happen. You're going to take care of yourself, you're going to eat right. It doesn't say that. You're here with a lot of options, a lot of ways that you, as the manifestor, as the creator of your life in this earth, are going to make it so that you will learn the lessons here. Again, this is school. learn the lessons. You'll get quizzes along the way, and then you'll get a test. And once you pass that test, and this is the truth, and I've seen it with my clients, I personally am on a journey. Obviously been on a journey since I was born, but I have to say in the last 4 years, I had a crazy life-shifting experience, put me in a different path and put me in a journey, and I definitely know that it was for just not only for me to learn my lessons, but it was also so that when I speak to all of you, I can actually empathize, and I have been there, and I will be able to talk to you and look back on where I am, where I was 4 years ago, where I am today, and where I will be in another 3 or 4 years based on my journey, and also channeling the counsel, working with clients and seeing this work, which will help you in turn. Not only can I just say, oh, this happened to this person, but I will have experienced so much of this in myself, and I definitely know that was part of my journey. And believe me, the last 4 years of my life has been kind of lost. I wasn't manifesting. I wasn't creating. I can't say that because I was manifesting. I was manifesting and creating a lot of negative situations in my life. And it just took me about 1.5 years ago, really, to understand that I manifested that garden. So I like to tell my clients this. I like to have the analogy of just think of a garden. So for maybe 2 years, I'll use my life as an example. For 2 years, when I fell down the hole, I fed my garden a lot of weeds. I planted weeds, which is negative emotion. So for 2 years, I planted negative emotion. I manifested it. I complained about my work. I complained about my relationship. Anything I could complain or be negative about, I did. I didn't like myself, the way I was in so many areas. I didn't like people that were close to me, or I let people close to me in my life that I didn't really even like, but I stuck them around for whatever reason, and I put up with situations. So I was actually manifesting this weed garden, this negative weed garden, and I was feeding the weeds and taking care of them by giving them more negative affirmations, more negative emotions, ungratefulness, all the low emotions on the scale. I was in relationships that left me feeling guilty and shameful, anything that was low. So I was just feeding that negativity and growing those weeds. About 1.5 years ago, I came out of that and I said, I started learning, understanding, learning from the counsel, because I've always talked to dead people, always since I was little, been a medium, obviously, since I was born, always had the psychic ability. I have probably always talked to the counsel, but it wasn't probably until about 1 year or so ago where I clearly asked who I'm talking to. They told me the counsel, and I've really embraced that and learned that I am one of the reasons I'm here, for sure, which I've learned, is to help people with their soul's journey, to help awaken them, to talk to the counsel, to help look at their Akashic records, to help them manifest and pass the tests and the quizzes that they come here for in this life. So over that last 1.5 years, probably less than 1.5 years, maybe 1 year, I started looking at that garden and saying, wow, I got to get out of this relationship because this relationship puts me down here in shame, guilt, fear, unworthiness. I might have even liked the person I was with in that relationship and had a hard time of getting out of it. But I had to realize that I am here in these emotions. So I keep feeling all this negativity because of this relationship. Yes, I might, enjoy being with this person, like this person a lot, like everything about that person. But what I was doing was I was feeding the weeds because I was riding so low on the emotional scale. So I had to step away from that relationship, friendships I had to step away from, family situations, work situations, anything that I saw was helping me take care of those weeds, groom them, water the weeds, all the things I was doing to grow my negative garden. And again, that took me a while. We're talking about a year and a half ago, as short as that. I started, getting rid of these situations and people, but I hadn't even got rid of them all. And there's still one that I'm kind of working on as far as work situation. But most of the stuff that left me vibrating so low and feeding that weed garden is gone. So then not only did I have to get out of that, but to manifest, you have to be on the top of the emotional scale. So I worked so hard just to get from the bottom of the emotional scale. And I moved myself into the middle, which is like I like to call boredom, neutrality. I was not even able to manifest at this point because here I was in the middle and I had to stop slipping down, going back to these relationships and people and work, whatever in my life that left me, the one job feeling unappreciated, getting low pay. I work in early intervention. I do have a doctorate degree. I am the supervisor of early intervention in Manhattan, and just some of the disrespect that I had received after being in this field for so long, working and managing, I was just like, I had to look at that situation and say, what am I doing? I'm feeding the unworthiness and everything. I have to get out of this situation. And by listening to the counsel, but you feel it. When you're not in a good situation, when you feel like you're manifesting weeds, you feel it. Your body lets you know. And you don't have to be psychic or medium. It's just like, there's something your guides are telling you, like, this is it. This is you're manifesting weeds. You're not going to manifest what you want when you're down there. So little by little, I got rid of that. And just only recently have I started to actually plant some flowers. And flowers are positive emotions. So in order to manifest again, you must stay high on that emotional scale. So I always preach the emotional scale. So look up some of the higher vibrations on the emotional scale, because manifestation only happens when you're vibrating high. I always talk about vibrate higher. Well, the higher you vibrate in joy, acceptance, worthiness, happiness, everything that is on top, then you will hold that vibration long enough to start manifestation. And it's not easy because I would slip back down and go back into relationships that I walked away from, work situations, everything. I would slide back down again and again. And I'm even telling you, like, as far as my work situation goes, I have not pulled myself exactly out because it's not so easy because I have, and a lot of us have, fear. We're fear-based, afraid to leave the relationship, the job, the house, whatever it is that you're comfortable in, to walk away from friendships because you're afraid of the unknown. And I have this too, like, you have to take a chance. You have to step off the cliff without knowing what's under there and trust the universe, because this is why you're here. You have to trust. And I'm so big, even when I do galleries or if I'm doing readings and I have connected to a person that's passed, and my clients will always tell you, like, I'm always like, I still think, like, I need to know if this is really you. So sometimes, the spirit will give me the name, but I need to know. For me, it's like I always need to know. So as I go around looking for my next step or my manifestation, I do call on my spirit guides. I call on them, and they never fail. Your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, your relatives, they don't fail. You say to them, you just ask the question. Like, just for example, I'm trying to manifest in my life right now my next place that I'm going to live. Where so that is, I don't know. I still haven't known because the universe hasn't opened it up to me. So I asked a question this weekend. I was with my friend. We were going out in Philadelphia. I was home, and my vibration was really high, great mood, around a lot of good people. So I said, okay, my girlfriend goes, well, ask to see a love sign because I'm in Philadelphia. I go, oh, no, love sign's going to be too easy. I said, I'm going to ask my guide, to show me a sign of the Liberty Bell. That'll be a little more difficult. Something about the Liberty Bell I can't deny. So we're out that night, and we were going to this after party, and we asked, where's the after party at? And our friend, he says, it's at the Liberty Bell. And me and my girlfriend almost died. Like, what kind of sign is this? It wasn't even in Philadelphia. We were in Bensound, which is like outside a suburb. So the spirit guides come through and give me this sign, and they'll do it for you too. So if you question if you're on your road to manifestation, you just ask, and you ask for the sign. They don't fail. Like, that's just one example. I'm sure I've talked about many, but you say, can you please let me know that I'm making the right decision, I'm on the right sign, and you ask for whatever sign it is. And even if you're following me on Instagram, I sometimes play the game Try It Tuesday so that we can practice manifestation. And I might pull a card, and maybe it'll have like a lion, I don't know, something on it, and I'll say, like, let's see who can manifest a lion. And I'll get inboxes and messages from people that have seen a lion. And, of course, I'm playing the game, too, because, like, I want to manifest whatever it is, because that's just like practicing. So when you're new at manifesting, you kind of don't want to say you can, because as a child, all the way up until 4 years ago, I manifested everything I wanted. It was so easy because I was vibing so high up until 4 years ago. There's nothing to stop me. I had and manifested anything I want, from material things to vacations, relationships. Like, I had no problem. And I just remember being younger, and I was always like rebellious against rules, or you can't do this. And I'd always say, oh, yes, I can. But the way I grew up very unconventional. So I grew up with my mom had got killed like when I was a couple months old, and I was kind of just like, I didn't know my dad at that time. And so I was like kind of left to be raised with my crazy uncles and my grandmother, who, was also in my life. So I pretty much brought myself up with my uncle saying, like, do whatever you want, baby doll. Okay, like, I was the boss. And as a kid, I manifested anything and anything I never wanted or needed for anything. It wasn't, again, until 4 years ago when I felt I had lost my grandmother, I lost my fiance, he had went away, and I lost a career. Everything was gone, and I went into a fear-based, and that's when my manifestations stopped, because I started feeling not worthy, scared. I lived in fear, and my whole life changed. And again, I planted those negative weeds and everything, and nurtured those weeds and everything, 2 to 3 years, not feeling good enough for anything. And here I am now, again, 4 years later, almost 4 years to the date, March 24th will be 4 years. I remember because the day my grandma passed, and that's when everything just started. I started with that negative garden. And I'm now trying to pull out of it, and I got to the point where I'm not going to slip. It gives you strength and power, because once you see how it is when you start passing these quizzes, and the universe gives you a little something. You pass the quiz, they're going to give you a little something. You pass a test, you're going to get big stuff. You vibrate high on the emotional scale while you're passing these quizzes, and you're grateful and thankful for what it is you have and where you're getting in life. You're good to people. You always have the best interest in people. I'm not saying we're going to be perfect, because, I slip often. I try to be the best, but I can. But, there's times that I'm not the best I can. I'm not as good as I should be, or, I'm not perfect for sure. But I work on it every day, because I want to manifest. I want to be back where I was. Now, the thing is, I'm not going to just snap back to where I was 5 years ago, to being high in the emotional scale, doing great, everything, feeling good and confident about myself. Nobody could have made me rode low on the emotional scale. I could have never been in a relationship that made me not feel good enough 5 years ago. No possible way. It wasn't until I started manifesting the negative weed garden that I winded up in situations of work and anything else that I wasn't happy on. But when you're riding high on that emotional scale and those high energy vibrations, and you're passing your quizzes, there's no possible way that you're going to manifest any negativity in your life. It's impossible. It's the law of attraction, the law of the universe. Laws of the universe do not fail you. So I want to talk about how people always want to know, well, how, they give up. I can't manifest. This is not working. Well, just listen to what you're saying. I can't manifest. This isn't working. Again, please remember, that is you. Negative affirmations. You're planting the weeds. You're nurturing the weeds. You're watering the weeds. You're planting them. And if you have a weed garden, like I had, a big old weed garden, remember, those weeds don't just go away. You got to start pulling them out, facing yourself. Pull that weed out. And that's just like facing yourself in the mirror for me. It was like, pull the negative weed out. How did that negative weed get there? That's you going deep inside your soul, looking at it. So, you pull that negative weed out where you are in a relationship, like taking less than you feel worthy of, and you look at it. What put me there? God, months of sitting in, almost a long time just not hanging out, not spending time out, just really spending time figuring out who I was. That weed comes up. You get rid of that weed. Then you got this other weed, and that weed is, looking at this job where you're unworthy, your job just over broke. You're just looking at it, and you're like, how did I get this weed? You examine it. You pull it out. You look at it. It takes a while to get rid of a negative garden if you have one like I had. And then once you get rid of them, they might pop back up again because you didn't pass your quiz or test, but then you got to go back again, pull that weed. Maybe it's not as strong this time. The root is a little weaker because you're working on it. You pull it up again, pull it up. That weed is your soul, your higher self. You look at it. You ask it questions. You ask for your guide. How did this weed get back here? And you got to just keep going through the negative weed garden, the negative emotions. And then once you get through those weeds, they might pop up again, but those roots are going to get weaker and weaker. And they're going to start being replaced with more beautiful flowers until you get a whole garden full of beautiful flowers. And, you can't say there might be a little negative weed in there once in a while. You got to do weeding. Just like when you have a beautiful garden, you're still going to get some weeds in there. You got to keep taking care of the garden. It doesn't stay beautiful if you're not taking care of the beautiful flowers. The beautiful flowers need to have positive affirmations. They have to have positive energy, positive people, positive situations in your life to keep that garden. So it's work once you get it. I mean, I don't even have that garden yet. I still have weeds that I'm pulling up and looking at and re-examining, but my garden is a heck of a lot better than my garden was 2 years ago. That's for sure. But again, it takes a while because you got to look at those weeds, see what you've got. So once this is just the groundwork to get to manifestation. Like manifestation doesn't just, I can't even say it doesn't just happen because like I told you, 5 years ago, I manifested moving to New York, getting the apartment I want, bringing my cats here. Like I manifested, positive, okay. Positive, that means Bruce with the juice is trying to talk to me. He's like, when is my turn? Dr. Gina's been talking this whole time. He's going to talk. I have to tell him. So if you guys don't know me, that's the sign letting Bruce let me know he's here. Take a sip of water. He's on hold till we get to the questions. Dr. Gina's still talking. So anyway, you have to really take the time, like I was saying, to grow those weeds. Take a look at them. Make sure that they don't come back. So, again, manifestation doesn't even happen until you get those flowers, until you got this beautiful garden. So don't even think about, I'm going to manifest something and it's not working. You know why it's not working? Because you still have a weed garden of negative affirmations, negative emotions, and you're low on the emotional scale. It's not going to work. I mean, I was one of those people. Again, just because I'm a medium, I've been on this journey. I'm learning. You need to get that garden right, and you need to ride high on the emotional scale long enough so that your manifestations will start to come. And again, like I said, 5 years ago, I never would have known what being negative about myself or any situation was because I rode high all the time. Like, everyone that knew me 5 years ago would be like, I had self-confidence, everything. I got the job I wanted, whatever I wanted, I got it easy. My grandma would say, oh, you can't quit that job. You're at University of Penn. It's such a great job. You're never going to get a good job. I quit. I get a job at Children's Hospital. Oh, you can't leave that apartment in New York. You're not going to get a better apartment. Like, I never had a problem until I started feeling that unworthiness. And then it just went from there. And one bad job, one bad relationship to another. Until, again, about a year and a half ago when I started weeding those weeds and pulling them out and taking a look at them. It's not going to happen for me no more. I'm not going to slide back down. I might fall, but that weed will be easy to pick up. So now, finally, once you get that garden, again, manifestation doesn't happen unless you have that garden of flowers and you're riding high in the emotional scale. It's never going to happen for you. If you're at the bottom, even if you're in the middle at neutrality or boredom, that's where you're really doing the examination. That's the phase that I sat in probably for almost a year. I sat in that boredom, that middle part. I kept kind of slipping back down and going back into like relationships that made me feel, low. I kept slipping back down into that work situation or whatever. But nothing was happening. My manifestations weren't happening. Why? I had to walk away. I had to walk away from the relationship that I thought I liked some parts of it, but I had to walk away from the job that I was so afraid to leave because the universe shook me up and actually created a situation where I would have to walk away from it. But, sometimes if you're not ready to walk away, like if the door shuts on you like it did for me, I was working for an early intervention company and some stupid HIPAA law thing came along, but if I wasn't ready to leave it myself because I had fear, the universe will shut the door for you. So if you're not ready to leave a relationship and say, maybe even if that person cheats on you, you take them back, you're low on the scale, and you keep taking them back, finally the universe makes that other person walk away from you and you feel devastated. But the whole reason the universe did that for you, got rid of the job, the relationship, whatever it was, is because you this whole time were asking for something better. So if you're asking for you're in a relationship that has you low on the emotional scale, and you're saying, I want a committed relationship. I want someone that really, I want to be loved. You're saying all these things that you want, and you're meanwhile in a relationship with someone that's cheating on you or someone that's like not committing to you, and you're asking for other things. So the universe is like, you're not getting rid of this, so we're going to get rid of it for you. And that doesn't always happen because sometimes you keep sliding back in there. But if the door shuts, and my grandma had written this, if one door shuts, don't push that door open. That door's shut for a reason. Like, the universe is helping you. And for me, I was in a relationship that I needed to get out of, and I would continuously find out things that nobody could ever believe that I could find out. It wasn't even like I was like looking for it. All of a sudden something would like pop up, and I'd be like, oh my God, like it was in my face, things that I couldn't even imagine, like giving me every sign because they were trying to shake me up to wake me up. Like, that's what the universe does for you. They will put it in your face, but then it's up for you to pass your quiz. Pass your quiz, pass your test, and learn your lesson. Again, because manifestation, the good relationship doesn't happen if you keep settling for what you're given that puts you low. And you have to think positive when you're manifesting. So you can't be just like, if you say something like, I don't want a guy that cheats on me. Well, the universe don't hear, I don't want. All they hear is that you're just talking about the guy that cheats on you. Oh, my God, the guy cheats on me. Oh, my God, the guy won't commit to me. So the universe keeps giving you that because that's what you're vibrating at. You're telling to the universe, I don't want. They don't hear, I don't want. Universe picks up vibrations, energy. They're not listening to I don't want. You have to act as if. So you act, you think of all the good things. Be grateful for the good things in the relationship. Like, I really like this person. You think of the things. I like their consistency. I like their clean. I like the way they dress. I like the conversation. Think of the good things that relationship brings you, because then you're saying the good things to the universe and you'll get the good things. And this is Wayne Dyer. And I'm not like a big Wayne Dyer fan. Yes, I appreciate his work and what he has contributed. But the one thing that I clearly got from him is the affirmation, I am. He said, I am are the two most powerful words that you can use is I am. I am. And I do talk about with my clients, and I have them all have journals. I'm like journaled out. I have so many journals. But let's just talk about this right now. Just getting a journal. You can call it your manifestation journal. Well, you can call it your gratitude journal, whatever you want to call it. You can put it together, call it your manifestation gratitude journal, have two journals, whatever. But this is an amazing technique that you can use, and it's called scripting. But you have to write it as things are. So you have to say, and feel it with your emotions, because, again, remember, even when I do readings, I read energy. I read the person's energy, and that helps me know the situations they're in. I read the other person's energy that they may be talking about. And that's why I am such a good reader, because I can read energy. I pick up energy. So you need to put out the good energy. So when you're scripting in your journal, you have to script what it is you want. So you have to say, I am the CEO of a huge company, just whatever it is you want. Script your journal out. Fun. Kind of just like, again, we're here on this earth. It's like a play. We're all actors down here. We all come here to, play this game of life. So while you're here, design your life. And again, you're not getting to design your life until you get on top of the emotional scale and your garden is full of flowers. And then once you're there, manifestation begins. Not until. It takes a lot of work to get there. So don't give up, because you got to just keep working. And I couldn't even comprehend this until I began to be in it. So you just start scripting how your life is, what you want out of your life. If some people want to get married, again, that to me is a piece of paper, a rule that someone has trapped me in, a society norm that I go against. But again, let's just say somebody wants to get married. You script that, and you script that in the way that says this in your journal. I am in a committed relationship with a man that loves me. Now, here's the tricky thing. Some people want that man or woman, that Mike or Alice, specifically. And I have a lot of clients that go, but I really want Mike. Well, would you really want Mike because Mike is not committed to you? Do you want Alice? Because Alice is married, but she's using you as like the side boy. Like, why do you really want Mike or Alice? Like, come on, guys. So I get really, and I've been there. I've really wanted a specific person in my life. I really want this person. There's nobody better, and oh my God, I can't. I'm definitely not there now, but I've been there where there's nobody better. But so when you're scripting your life, you have to, don't put, I want to be with Mike. I want to marry Mike. Well, you know what? I wouldn't want to marry Mike. I wouldn't want to marry Mike if Mike wasn't giving me everything that I wanted to raise me on the emotional scale. Maybe 2 years ago, I would have wanted to marry Mike and think I could change Mike's vibration. But realistically now, I know that I'm not going to. So when I script, where you guys script, you write, I am in a relationship with a wonderful man. Pick some of Mike's characteristics that you like, put it down there. And you can even say, I would like to be with Mike or somebody better. Because now you're leaving your options open, Because I'm telling you, if I had somebody better, then why would I want Mike, who isn't committed to me, who has other people in their life? If I could have all the things that Mike has, like he's clean, he's cool, we're fun together, attraction, passion. But I'm not going to say just Mike, because, mind you, Mike gets you vibrating low on the scale. So be careful when you're manifesting, and don't ask for such specifics like a person. Ask for a feeling. I want to feel loved. I am loved in a happy relationship. I am happy. I am appreciated. All those things, and that's where your specificity comes in. Okay, so I do have some callers, and I know that Bruce is dying to talk. So if you guys don't know, Bruce is one of the spirits I talk to. He loves to help me. I do channel the council as well, and I do that with the help of my guide, Christopher. I also sometimes use my psychic channel. And again, when I'm just psychic, Gina, I'm looking at the energy. And, of course, I do have my doctorate degree in counseling, so I also come out and interpret. So I never really know exactly what I'm getting when I'm in this type of conversation. Obviously, if I'm doing a gallery, I'm talking to your dead relatives, and that's how it is. So I'm going to just do a quick universal reading because people like that before I get on to my callers. So when I do a universal reading, I don't usually do the cards, but I can do the cards, and that's how I started with the cards. So I do use the Rider-Waite deck, and I pull 5 cards. So I'm going to give a message, and if this message resonates with you, it's usually somebody that knows me well, or, you know, it's their guides coming in to talk to me, or someone that I had recently read with, or somebody that just happens to tune in, and this reading will be for them. So I'm just going to give you what I see here. So there's going to be the relationship that you're in or was in, because it looks like it fell apart. There was a lot of hidden secrets, a lot of non-said things that didn't come out, things that you weren't sure about. But those things are going to open up for you. And it looks like there'll be more communication with this person about things that were unsaid in the relationship that could have caused the damage. So there will be some type of, I don't even know if it's reconciliation, but there will be some type of understanding. This person here is soon they're going to a sunny location. So whoever this person is in the relationship is going to be either traveling for work, going to a sunny location, or lives in a sunny location. You, on the other hand, are this is definitely for a woman, this reading, because you're sitting there as like the queen. The queen, you're holding the power in your hand, and you also have, like, around you, you have a lot of positive energy. Your spirit guides are looking out for you, and you're standing firm and holding what it is that you want. You have the power, and you're not giving it up. This other person that you're in a relationship has felt defeated for things that had happened in their life. They feel knocked down and defeated. They couldn't really give you what you needed because they felt like they were in a low vibration themselves, feeling like people were out to get them. There was negative energy around them. They felt, stabbed in the back, betrayed. And that's what caused a lot of problems in your relationship. However, this person will look towards you, once again, to give you what you had given them before, and give them that conversation, that energy, things that they didn't appreciate when they were actually with you. So this looks like some type of reconciliation. Again, I don't know if you're going to be back together or just have good communication. So that's your universal message, and I'm going to start taking my callers. And caller 1.
Hi, Rena. You are live on the air with Dr. Gina.
Thank you.
Hello. Hi,
hey,
Rena.
It's Rena.
Hello. Hi. Thank you for calling in, Rena. Thank you.
Thank you.
What question do you have for whoever's going to answer this tonight?
Well, as you know, I've been working on manifesting my dream job, and I guess I want to know if I'm on the path to making those things happen. I feel like I've been tested to hold on to patience, and I really am. So, yeah, that's my question.
Okay. So, for those callers who don't know, I've been working with Rena, and she has made amazing progress in everything we talked about. And now she's pretty much ready she has planted her garden. So let's see. All right, I'm going to channel this question. So hold on, Rena. All right, Rena, just say your first name and spell it out loud for me.
Rena, R-I-N-A.
Okay, that gives spirit permission and are on the path. Now, you must be careful because this is something that you create. You've created it. You've opened the opportunities to come to you. And once you walked past your fear and you got over your fear and had ventured out, started taking chances, and decided that you were good enough. You raised up on your emotional scale and said, I'm good enough to get another job. I'm worthy enough. And you brought yourself up there. And that's when opportunities started coming to you and for you. So you remember, this is manifestation that even if you miss one opportunity, if you can ride high enough, you're going to get the other one, because there are other emotions and other people involved. So you can't specifically ask or say, just I want this job at, XYZ. You have to say, I want this type of emotion, this type of feeling, because if you limit it to XYZ, there are other people that are having energies or emotions. So don't limit to job XYZ, because you are getting something. It's already in your vibration. You've already manifested it. It's already there. You just got to bring it into your physical form. So, again, it's just keeping your emotions, feeling your worthiness up there. Continue to feel that you have it. Visualize it, and you're going to get it. People wonder sometimes, how come you can't see exactly if I'm going to get X, Y, Z at A, B, and C? Because this isn't one of those Roman numeral 1, 2, or 3s. This is a filler. This is one of the tests that you had to pass. You had to feel worthy enough to get this job, which you're getting to. You had to go through your garden, and you had to plant your flowers and ride high enough on that scale to create the opportunity to manifest. You have. So now you have to get them. So, yes, you might slip down every now and then, but your job, your patience is riding that emotional scale high enough that you feel that you're worthy and you're grateful and happy for every step of this journey that you have to be able to create and manifest where you are today to get you to the next step, which you are going to get to. You just have to ride high on that scale long enough to catch the energy to make this manifestation come to the physical form, which it will. You're just almost there. Okay.
So
did that answer?
How do I think so. I guess how do I keep riding high? Like, am I doing it, or is there something I could be doing better?
Hold on. That's a funny question you ask, because you know you're doing it. You're doing it. See, but again, here's where you come into slipping down. You're not sure of yourself. You're asking, am I doing it? Just by you asking that question, am I doing it? You're not doing it. Come on now. Uh-huh. Because you wouldn't even have to ask that question, am I doing it? If you had confidence that you were, you believe that you're doing it and you know it's coming. You already asked. You're getting ready to receive it. By saying, am I on the right path? Am I doing it? That's questioning the universe and questioning yourself. You're doing it.
Okay.
So Rena, who knows me, like sometimes I channel and they're kind of direct and they're kind of mean, but.
Well, I kind of had that feeling. It's like one of those things where I know I'm like, wait, I'm annoying myself to even call, but I feel like I needed to call because I needed some clarity.
You need to call. You need to check in, right? For sure. Like I call every day. Too bad, like I can't do this for myself. Bruce is telling me, you don't listen to me. He's telling me. But so yes, Rena, it looks like, again, and I can see it in your energy, because like as I look at your energy, using my Segi channel, I see that you've got this opportunity coming for you. It's already there.
Okay.
Like I know it's coming. Your problem is you're questioning yourself again. You're questioning your worthiness. You're questioning, are you good enough, when you are the best person for this job? And that's what you have to say. I am the best person for this job. I'm going to get this offer. I'm going to get this, and just be confident. And if it doesn't happen today or tomorrow, that's because a better one's coming, because you're going to go through what you need to go through, but it's still coming. It's coming. You can't question it. Just know that it's on its way, because I see it on its way. You feel it on its way. It's coming. It's just maybe it's not the right time, because you got to take a look at that little weed that re-rooted again, and you got to pull the weed up again. The root didn't get too strong this time, but you're going to have to pull it up, re-examine it, re-look at it, pull that weed out, put some weed killer in, plant another flower in its place, water that flower, and know that it's coming. Coming. It's coming, Rena. Trust that it's coming. And I'm not just saying that, like, I can clearly see it in your energy. Like, you're getting a great opportunity. And then you're going to be saying, am I good enough for this opportunity? I'm nervous. Did I do a good job today? Does my boss like me? And then we'll have to go through this again. But for now, just know that the new opportunity is coming. So pretty soon you're going to be asking me if it's good enough. Am I doing a good enough job? And you're nervous, and should I stay later? And does the boss like me? And do the client? But right now, you're getting what it is. Just look up the emotional scale again. Take a picture of it. Use it as your screensaver and ride high.
Okay.
You're getting it. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gina.
All right. I'll take the next caller.
Jane, you are live on the air with Dr. Gina.
Hi, Dr. Gina. It's Jane.
Hi, Jane. How are you?
No, I'm doing great. And you?
I'm good. Thank you for calling in. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what question do you have for me tonight, Jane?
Okay. Well, normally I'm speaking to you about, the man that I'm wanting to manifest into my life, him or someone greater than him. But tonight, after today, I have a question about clearing some of the past men in my life out of my energy field, because my ex-husband and my ex-boyfriend, who covered the past 19 years of my life, both owe me substantial sums of money. And I am a money maker, and I have always been generous and kind with my heart in situations, particularly if I'm walking away. I don't place a lot of emphasis on the money. I just want to go. However, and I make it very easy for them, but in both circumstances, they are not holding up their end of what they've agreed to do. And one is the ex-husband is just clearly avoiding and will not follow anything that the law is asking him to do. So today I was on the phone with a lawyer, and I was on the phone with an investigator, a collections guy. This is all going on in Houston. And they want me to continue to invest more money into trying to collect from him. And at some point, my question to you is, do I keep going in this direction? Because
we're talking about the husband. You invest in the money for him,
ex-husband.
correct?
The ex-husband owes me a lot of money, yes.
Okay. All right. So, Jane, just say your first name and spell it out loud. Give Spirit permission for me to look into this.
Jane's a nickname, right? Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay, Jane.
Okay.
Jane.
Okay. So where you are now, and we've been speaking to you before, where you are now, let's just put this money on the side over here. Let's talk about where you are as far as relationship. Again, you're another one that's done so much work to get to where you are, and you've put so much work in your life even before you didn't meet us, before you were already doing work on different areas. Then you've upgraded, and now here you are, and you're getting ready to manifest that relationship that you deserve in your life, the one that gives you as well as you give them. It's going to be equal. It's never been that way. And that's because you have brought yourself very high on the emotional scale. You don't really have that many weeds. You're pretty much tending to your garden. You're ready to manifest. Your garden now just has a few weeds that pop up that you have to pull out. Now, here's the thing. Your soil is a little damaged. So when we're talking about the soil, it's what's growing your flowers. It's the bottom. It's the things you've been through. So it's not so much that you're growing these weeds, but we got to fix the soil, things that were under there for many years. This was your ex-husband. This was your past relationship. The soil needs to be cleaned out. This is resistance. These are things that what had happened before. You're investing so much time emotionally into this relationship of trying to get this return from your ex-husband, which is a substantial amount, but that overarches you, which brought you into the relationship with your boyfriend, which presented itself as the same situation that you had with the ex-husband. It was the same thing because you didn't get past it. Again, that was your soil needed tending to, the roots. You didn't clear it out good enough before you started planting. You were still working with that dirty soil. And presently, you do not have a relationship in your life, and that's good. But the reason you don't have a relationship in your life is because you are not going to accept those other relationships in your life, but you haven't cleaned the soil and put some fertilizer in it enough to grow the relationship that you want, because you haven't cleaned out, got rid of, or fertilized the old dirty soil. So now it's time to deal with this. You can't get past it because you still have this overarching, because they still owe you. So yes, you're paying money for this, but this is only creating you to go back into that situation and relive it. Sometimes you have to cut your losses and say, okay, this is not getting me anywhere. All it's doing is making me relive this situation. It's created another situation just like it in my life. I don't want it to create another one. So that's why I'm going to have to, at some times, cut your losses and just let it go. No more money, no more emotions, and let it go, whatever should be. I'm not saying don't fight for this, what is owed to you, but I'm saying there's no more time and emotion and energy. That now gets no energy from you. You do what you have to do. You sign the papers and you let it go. Whatever shall be, shall be. That's your ex-husband. Let's talk about the boyfriend. That boyfriend, his energy, he wants to give it back to you. He has no control because he doesn't have it yet. So you, with this situation, number 2 situation, you must also let that go. Know that the energy is good and it's going to come to you when it can. It looks like that energy is working and he is trying to get it where it was. He has good intentions and wants to give it to you. The ex-husband does not. That is what continues to ruin things. Let that go. No more money is invested. If that might have to be a loss that you have to cut, let both situations go for various reasons. The one is because there's nothing else you can do. Spend more time, spend more money. You're beating a dead horse. It has to be gone. The second one, it's already going to come to you or it's not. But the high energy looks like it's definitely going to come to you. But it's going to come to you when you stop giving it attention, you stop worrying about when it's going to come, and you just forget about it. You are a money manifester. You don't need to think about what was lost. Just create more of it. Okay. So how was that?
That was helpful. So you're saying don't pay more to the lawyer and don't pay the investigator, let it go.
Right, that's what they said. What they pretty much said, to sum this up and to energize now to look at this psychically, is the first one, the husband, like they're saying pretty much that every time you keep bringing this up, you're still vibrating there with the energy. They're saying that you've done everything you could. Stop investing the money. Just go with whatever you have invested now and understand that it's either going to come or go, but don't get caught in the outcome. Don't live the outcome. Just be like, I did what I have to do. Move along with it, but stop investing like the stress and the energy in it. You see?
Okay, got it. Yep. So it does make sense to try one more shot because I do have to go one more step in the legal process to get it back. It's just going to be more of an investment. Every time it's an investment, and every time nothing comes out of it.
You have to just let go of the outcome of this. Stop holding on to the energy. Just let it go because, what they're showing me is it's a hard one. It's a hard one. So the investing in the more time and money, do what you have to do and no extra, and then let it go. Let it go.
Okay,
after you do the last thing you have to do. Now the other one, the boyfriend, mind you, he wants to pay this off. Not like the husband who's fighting it. He's trying. He's doing the best he can, but you can't manifest this because he doesn't have it yet, you see?
Mm-hmm.
So that one has to just go pretty much on faith. You know what I mean?
Okay. So be kind and gentle to him and then move on. So
yeah.
I got it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you. Jean.
Take care.
So much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. I'm going to take caller 3. Sorry, guys, sometimes if I can't spend a lot of time, but I can only take 5 callers, and our show's so much, so I get like 3 or 4 minutes for each of you guys. So I'm going to take caller number 3.
Hi, Nikki. You're live on the air with Dr. Gina.
Hi, Dr. Gina.
Hi, Nikki. Thank you for calling in. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What question do you have tonight?
The question I have tonight is in regards to our children. I sometimes worry a lot about whether or not if I'm making the right decisions as far as their schooling and how I'm preparing for them for the future. And it's just a major cause of stress to me sometimes.
Okay. If I remember correctly, and I don't always remember correctly, your mom briefly spoke about this when she came in, like, right? She was saying something about
Yes.
And your mother, for those who don't know, is passed, but she still came to give some direction. I don't know if she's going to come in, but when I do channel, sometimes they pop in, sometimes they don't. So just say your first name, Nikki, and spell it out loud for me. Give Spirit permission.
Sure, Nikki, N-I-C-K-Y.
Okay, so I'm going to ask that question, and I'm going to see who's here to answer it. So hold on. I'm going to try to ask the counsel for this because your mother is going to give me her biased opinion. So although she's here, Nikki, trust me, I opened the channel, she's here, she says hi, but I'm just going to, I need to get this answer from the counsel because they're better to answer this question. So hold on.
Okay.
Your children are going to guide you to what school and where they want to go. Your children are very smart. They're vocal. They're going to tell you what it is I want. I want to do this, Mom. I want to do that, Mom. And this is what I like about the school. This is who I like. This is what I don't like. Listen to your children. Don't get so involved and caught up in I have to make the right decision for my child. Ask your children what they want because they're going to tell you. Ask them what it is you want to do. That's the problem some people have with children. That's the problem. So many generations have been ruined because parents do what they feel is best for the child. The child is a child, yes, and we want to protect your children. We want to make sure they're out of harm's way. We want to give them the best. But the child has an intuition. Their intuition is better than yours right now. They are more in touch with their soul. They haven't got so much soul amnesia yet before they get ruined with society and school and everything that ruins them. Right now, when they're younger, they know what they want. What do you want to do? How do you want to feel? Don't look. They might not be able to tell you, Mom, I want to be a teacher. I want to go to school that's going to make me be a teacher. But they'll say, I want to be happy. I want to have fun. I want to help people. I want to do something that's in numbers. They know how they feel. They might not know a title, but have a conversation with them. Just a casual conversation, no stress, no pressure, bake some cookies, and just have a conversation. Start taking notes of what it is they're saying. They're going to give you the answers on what it is you need to do because you're doing a great job as a mom. You're loving them. You're taking care of them. You're making sure they're safe. But let them have decisions on what it is they want, where they want to go. Ask them how they feel. Okay. So does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So basically what they're saying to you is, which is great. I mean, more parents need to do this because this is what creates a happy child that can manifest and ride high on the emotional scale. I was this child, for example, I know because nobody told me what I wanted to do. I picked it. Oh, I don't like this school. I want to move here. I said what I wanted to do. And, basically I was very spoiled. But because of that, I had anything I wanted up until 4 years ago. That's when you let your child not be stifled by society and you let them be who their little souls are and you listen to them, they're going to give you everything you want to know and need. Your children are already loved enough to feel comfortable to express who they are and what they want to do. They're into music. They want to go to a music school. They're already naturally talented. Find a school that's going to nurture that. It doesn't have to be academic. They enjoy music. They might want to be a conductor. Maybe they're going to play in a huge orchestra. But let them find out what it is they want. One of your children, very gifted and talented, and the other one, both of them are, but there's one that's going to really make something. I think there's something there with that. So just take a look at that and let them direct you where they want to go. Have that conversation over cookies.
Okay.
Does that answer your question, though? I want to make sure I answered it.
Yes, it does.
Okay,
Yes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you supporting me. Thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate callers. Thank you.
Thank you, Gina.
Okay, I will take caller number 4.
Gina.
Hi, Amira. You're live on the air with Dr. Gina.
Amira. Amira. Wow, thank you so much, Amira. Amira is one of my first counsel clients that I started working with the counsel, and she would sit across from me and get upset, and she was one of my first clients that got to talk to the counsel, weren't you?
Yes.
Wow.
And thank you, Gina. I'm so glad you've started this community. I'm so thankful. I remember you telling me that it was coming, and now it's here, and you're right, we need it. So thank you so much for having me, and you know how I feel about your gifts. So
well, yes, I did manifest that, and Amira's one that started with me probably a year and a half, 2 years ago, where I said I want to do a radio show. That's what I need to do. I need to do a radio show so I can get to more people. And here I am.
Yeah.
You know.
Here you are. And I kept telling you, I was like, Gina, I'm really difficult. I've been to psychics. I know who is the real deal. You are the we have an interesting history, and certainly thankful.
Well, I'm so happy. Let me get you to say your first name and spell it out loud, give Spirit permission, and then ask your question.
Okay, thank you. Amira, Amira.
Okay. And what question do you have today, Amira?
I think in many ways, being intuitive, I feel similar to my dear friend Rena that called in a way to ask almost the exact same question. There's a lot of things I'm already aware of, so I'll preface it with respect to Spirit. I think I just want encouragement and any kind of open message around the theme of manifestation. I have identified what I believe is my dream job, and I'm just curious to know, what messages they have for me.
Okay.
Really it.
I'll go over here on the other side and check in. So hold on.
Okay.
Bruce is getting shut out tonight. He doesn't like it. I'm going to the council, but okay. So you have been on a journey of creating. See, you've been working, and there was a little mess up, and that's why the doors had to be shut on you, because you were settling for situations and jobs because you had some fear, and your fear was not holding out for the one you really wanted, kind of jump on this one because you're afraid, fear of loss, that you won't get the one you wanted. So that's kind of why the door had to shut on you, because in the first place, this wasn't exactly what you wanted. You didn't manifest exactly this last position you had. So you had all this resistance, and you were fighting through it to kind of stay in a place that wasn't exactly what you wanted from the first time. So that's where fear comes in a lot. Manifestation is not settling. Settling drops you back down in the emotional scale, which makes manifestation impossible. So how were you going to get that dream job when you were in another job that you didn't really manifest, you settled for? So the universe, being that you are in tune with them, because you are connected, because you ask, because you set out the intention you want, said this job is not giving you what you want. You're not able to shut the door, but we hear what you want, so we're going to shut that door to allow you to get what you want, because you're not taking the steps to do it. So now, you're now in a position, this is a great position. Sometimes things happen that you feel aren't for the best, but they happen for your highest good. So this happened now because now everything you wanted and you had put in your energy field that you need to get to make you happy is waiting for you. And you're going to get that job because you're now not living in fear. You've now experienced what it was like to settle, and you're not going to do it next time. So yes, stay positive, stay firm in what it is that you want, and know that it's coming, because it is coming. You're going to have 3 opportunities, not just one, but there's 3 opportunities that are going to come to you, and it kind of looks like they're coming all together. So you're probably putting out some type of resume or something now where you're going to get 3 opportunities that you're going to have to consider all 3 and decide which one you want for you. So you're going to be getting it, and it's coming really, really soon. Like I hear 3, so this could be like 3 weeks. Could be 3 weeks. I definitely don't think it's 3 months, so I hear 3. So I'm thinking 3 weeks. It could be 3 months, but I highly doubt it. I think it's more closer to 3 weeks. And again, if I do see 3 months, but I'm thinking at least one offer is going to come in 3 weeks, and then maybe the other 2 will come. Okay. So does that answer? You want some more clarification question?
That was really right on and really resonated for me. The only part that got me was the 3. I'm really hoping it's the 3 week and not the 3 months. I don't know.
So just make it that it's going to be 3 weeks. You know, make your affirmations that I am getting my dream job in 3 weeks. I will be in a job that I love in 3 weeks. Script it. I am going to be in my visualize it. It's going to be 3 weeks then. You see, you're going to manifest it. You're going to create it. And it's not going to be job XYZ. It's going to be XYZ or something better. You see?
Okay. I'm really stuck on this one job. It's so perfect.
I know. That's why I'm saying. They told me you can't be stuck on X, Y, and Z, okay? You got to say XYZ company or something better. Don't be stuck in XYZ, because if you're stuck in XYZ, that's holding you back, not just from that particular job, but one that's better. So you can say, I am working at XYZ or something better, okay? Don't stick it just to XYZ. That's the resistance you're putting in there. Very, very important, okay?
Huh. Okay. Got it.
So if you got anything from this phone call, get that. Script, I am working at XYZ or something better, okay?
Okay.
And it will be in 3 weeks or less, okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Got it.
So much.
Thank you.
It was great hearing your voice. Thank you so much. And follow my Instagram, because you're not on Instagram enough. And I will be posting all Manifestation March tips and things to keep everybody on track, because we're all manifesting together this month, okay? So follow it. All right. I'm going to take caller number 5.
Hi, Michelle. You're live on the air with Dr. Gina.
Great.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Gina. How are you?
Hi, Michelle. So nice to hear your amazingly beautiful voice. Hi.
Thank you.
I'm glad you called in. So let's get you to say your name, Michelle. First name is spell it out loud and give Spirit permission.
Sure. Michelle, Michelle.
Okay, Michelle. What questions do you have tonight?
So, we've been working together for a couple of years now, and you pretty much know what's been going on. I've been in separation from my boyfriend for 8 months now, and the last time we spoke, you said just to, reach out and really just flat out ask him, what's going on, how do you feel about us, and because I was not doing that. So I sent him a text. I didn't call, but I did send him a text, and I was just like, I miss you. I think about you all the time, and, what's going on? And he never responded. So I was like, all right, well, a lot of people say, well, no response, that's your response. But it's just crazy, Gina, because, I always see these strange, synchronicities, and I always see things that, it's like the universe is telling me, something's not complete, or he's coming back. I mean, I don't know if it's for good or for what, but for something, this isn't going to be the end, and I just get these urges, these strange signs and these things that are, and I tell my friends, and they're just like, holy shit, you're right, that's so weird. These things that you can't explain happen to me all the time. So I'm just like, I don't know, maybe it's just not time yet, just got to keep moving with my life. He just needs space. Maybe I need to keep working on myself. And, You know, maybe it'll just happen when I least expect it. He'll call me and he'll be like, hey, let's meet. This is what's been going on, you know? At this point, it's like I think I've given up on being with him because I'm like, you know what? I have to accept the fact that it's not going to happen. And I have been going out there. I've been dating. I've been doing my thing. But, you know, it's just this piece of me is just left, you know,
oh my God.
It's a little unresolved.
They got a lot to say to you, Michelle. Okay, so I'm going to let them talk. And let's listen, okay? But the first thing I want to know, the first thing I'm saying, and this is coming energetically, and I'm not talking to the council right now, but I definitely heard this from some spirit, because you told me you told me you text, correct?
Yes, texted.
Did you say you text? I don't see that message getting through for some reason. I don't know. I don't see that it got to him. I don't know if there was a change in the number or there's some communication. I don't know if he may have a block on your number for now, like because he doesn't want to see the energy because he's trying something, but I don't clearly see that getting through to him at all. So That's just what I want to talk. I'm going to go to the council and they're going to give me answers on, you know, your situation. But as far as the energy of that number, I don't see that had made it to reception. Okay?
Okay.
So, all right. So let me see. Let me go in and again, this could be for many reasons. I don't know if he had a different phone number. Sometimes, again, he might have that block because he's trying to do his own thing right now and he doesn't want to be tempted.
Well, it was sort of, we were already, like I had sent him a message, congratulations, I heard you have a nephew. And then like 24 hours later, he's like, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're like the kindest person ever. I know that about you. And like he was being sweet. And that's when I said to him, I miss you so much. I think about you like crazy. Like, you know, I always want the best for you in your life. And I just, you know, totally opened it up. And then he didn't respond. So it was like already.
Yeah. Was it a couple days after that last communication?
No, it was right after. Right when he sent me, thank you so much. I know you mean it. You're like the nicest person ever. And like 20 seconds later, I wrote it. So I feel like he did see it.
Okay,
or maybe I don't know. I don't, again, with the energy of that, I'm seeing I don't know why I don't see, I don't have a connection with that phone. I don't know, but let me just. Okay.
Let me go in and get this message from the council.
Yeah.
No, but there's something with that, and again, it just could be sometimes if you're texting, and this does happen sometimes, like if you're in between texts and you text it right back, sometimes I won't even get something. Someone will say you text it, and it happens with me in my early intervention job, and I'll say to the parent, I sent that, and they don't have it, and they'll send me screenshots, and I almost got in big trouble because of this. And here, the message didn't go through, but it went on my end. So there's weird things that happen. Or I could be because we're New Yorkers and we're in bed, I don't know. But anyway, I don't get that. But let me talk to the council about your situation. So hold on.
Okay.
So the thing that we want to talk about is the synchronicities, the things that are pointing toward, giving you that, yes, I'm on the right track, giving you that this is a sign that things are going to work out. So people get confused sometimes about the synchronicity. And the synchronicities are something that we create because it's our energy. So it's kind of like if you were a child, you remember you're looking for, it was some game people played probably then, like, oh, let's see who can see 5 red cars or 5 red buggies, punch buggies or whatever, punch buggy red or something. And then, all of a sudden you see 5 red buggies and you're punching your friend, oh, punch buggy, they're coming up because that's what your energy is putting out. It's kind of just like you bought a new Ford Explorer car and then all of a sudden there's a Ford Explorer, you didn't see them, but it's on the top of your energy. It's kind of sending you that. So sometimes synchronicities are what we form because our energy, which is a good thing because now that's where you're putting your energy. So you're saying this is the situation I want. And the universe is saying to you, good, keep vibrating that way because here you go. I'm affirming that we're receiving your energy. I'm affirming. So what the synchronicities are is affirmations from the universe that we hear you, we see you, I'm giving you a sign, it's affirmed, we get you, we know what you're saying. But there's a flaw, because several times when you asked the question, you said, I'm giving up, I'm moving on, I'm realizing this, and this manifestation and does not happen when you're giving up. Manifestation doesn't happen when you're putting it on hold, when you think maybe he's going through this. Manifestation only occurs when you believe it to happen, when you know it's going to happen. But you can't get stuck in the specifics. You have to say again, I want to make up with John, quotations, John, or if I don't make up with John, someone else is going to come along that makes me forget about John. So right. You have to stay affirmed in it, but not I'm giving up on this and that, because by you giving up on this and that, not only are you giving up on John, but you're giving up on John or someone better, so nothing's going to happen. You need to stay in that positive words, like I'm going to get John back, or if I don't get John back, I'm going to get someone so much better that I don't even care that John doesn't call me. Doesn't even matter, because I know this is coming. But just by you feeling that way, dropping your energy, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like he read your text, he didn't answer me, feeling like you weren't worthy for a text back, feeling like he doesn't miss you because he didn't say that, every thought you have, you're putting some beautiful little weeds in your negative garden, you're taking care of your weeds, and you're fostering them. But by you saying he didn't get my message probably, or if he did get my message, it didn't resonate, or he passed it, like whatever the situation is, I sent the message in my emotions and feelings. However he received it or didn't receive it doesn't even matter, because I sent it out on my energy. I'm not going to overanalyze or give any more energy to whether he got it or how he felt or anything like that. That energy is gone. I know that I'm going to be in a good relationship of everything I want. And if it's not him, it's going to be someone better. I'm going to take it over. I'm just not going to care. And if I want to text him in 3 months from now if it's his birthday or if it's a holiday, I'm going to send the text, and I don't care if he answers or not. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to send the energy how I want it to do, and it's going to get received or not received, however that is, because that's out of my control. The only thing that's in my control is me knowing that I'm going to get the relationship I want because I'm worthy of it. I deserve it. And if it's not him, it's going to be someone better, and I won't even care about him, and I won't even think about sending him a text in 3 months, or I don't even care. And if he texts me back, and great. If he doesn't, there's no more energy to it. So,
all right.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does. It does. I was in that vibe. I was praying all the time, and I was, praying for exactly that. I'm like, please, God, let him come back to me.
Wait, stop. You said I was praying. You're coming from lack. Please, God, That's begging. That's the beggar on the corner asking for quarters. That's the pick me girl. You can't do it. There's no please. Just say, God, I'm so grateful for the time that you gave me with John. I really appreciate all of his good qualities. We had great dinners. I wish John's such an asshole. No, because now you're getting more assholes. Please, God, you're coming from the beggar, the pick-me mentality, and that doesn't work. Watch your words. Watch your words.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have to cut this off, but I hope that answers you a little bit, and, we can always talk again. I'm right around the corner.
Yeah. Okay. So, thank you, Gina. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Okay, guys. Thank everyone for calling in. I appreciate all your callers, and it's always going to be our first 5 callers. So if you want to call, you get online. And, again, I'll give you 3 to 5 minutes. I'll do the best I can with that. And I know sometimes I feel like they're not completely answered, and I'm just hoping that the answers that I give you some clarity. And I just want to close the show by thanking Charla, who runs the whole platform, answers and all the phone calls, and so appreciative. Again, follow Girls vs. Ghosts Media and all the shows that she helps produce. I want to talk about June 22nd. I will be at a psychic convention, and I'm with a lot of other cool psychics. We're going to do a gallery, and that's June 22nd, and you can follow Weird Weekends, and they are, again, on my Instagram and Facebook. Again, that's Weird Weekends, and we will have all the details. And I want to thank Heather, our social media person, who does an amazing job, and all my Girls vs. Ghosts family. I want to definitely always shout out to, please, in order to manifest, giving back is very important. So pick a charity, pick something that you like. You don't necessarily have to give money, but just give attention, time, repost. I always like Fight for Them. It saves pit bulls. They're in New York City. I follow them, Fight for Them. And I also like Little Wanderers in New York. They're both animal rescues. Fight for Them saves the pit bulls, and Little Wanderers saves the cats in New York City area. So just find something to give back to, because giving and being grateful helps manifestation. So if you can, again, it doesn't even have to be monetary. It can just be like shout outs, reposting, whatever you can. So thanks everybody who helped me tonight, who got me where I am. Thanks everyone for calling in, and thank you for listening, all the listeners. And I will be back next week. Follow my Instagram, and I'll let you know what my show's about. Everyone have a good night.